We have a request to do a chair question. And you're told a synthetic monosaccharide has a chair conformation with hydroxyl groups pointing down. Hydroxyl group pointing down. You know what? I've been asking the same question so long, I forgot a most important word here. A synthetic monosaccharide has a chair conformation of tetrahydropyran. Please don't freak out and say, I don't know what that is. It will be a picture of tetrahydropyran on yours. It will be drawn and numbered on yours. I should have had this word here because, you know, you were just going to draw cyclohexane with these instructions, right? No, you knew better because you saw the same question on 3, 4, 5 tests. Okay, it's always that picture first, right? So the two chairs here, if you follow the convention that we didn't officially agree on for the other chair question, if you follow it here, where you go like this, and you call this atom number 1, and then you go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's your first one, and then your second one, whatever you do, don't make number 1 the top right corner. You won't get half credit even. Wow. If you make number 1 here, I'm just going to point to it. You won't even get half credit on this question. Because you picked another carbon 1 that has an up axial. That's just, no, when you go from chair to chair, that's not what happens. The groups, the bonds don't stay in the same position. Axials become equatorials. Equatorials become axial. Up stays up, down stays down. So that has to be a 1, or this has to be a 1. If you got a real good imagination, you could make this one number 1. You could make any of them number 1 except for that one and that one and that one, where they're still pointing in the same direction. So if everybody's doing this, I'm just saying, happier teacher. Which on position 1, it's not a carbon. You better show that too. What are you putting there instead of carbon on position 1? You're basically copying tetrahydropyran, right? Position 1 is an oxygen. I mean, you don't have to erase the corner. I just want it to look nice. You could have just written oxygen right on the corner. There you go. And now I'm just going to go put all the axials on. How do you know these are the right axials? And how do you know these are the right axials? That's a question. How do I know that's the only way to draw axials on each of those positions? Carbons go like this, axial straight up. Carbons go like this, axial straight down. If the carbons are pointing down, the axial straight down. If the carbons are pointing up, the axial straight up. Always start with axial for that very reason. Equatorials, if your axial was straight up, give me the 2 words for the equatorial. If the axial was straight up, those are 2 words for the axial, by the way. What are the 2 words for the equatorial? Slightly and down. The first word out of your mouth for every equatorial is slightly. Because if you're drawing straight up or straight down, you don't know the difference between axial and equatorial. Just skip the question. Okay? So, equatorials, follow the axial. If the axial was straight down, the equatorial is slightly up. Please, this one. Only that one. Not this one that's also slightly up. What is wrong with the bond I just drew? It's not parallel to this and this, therefore it's wrong. Okay. Back. Slightly up is that one, and it is now parallel to that, and they're all parallel, right? Okay. And I'll just quickly do all of the other equatorial. Okay, I'm doing all of them. It's a good exercise. Okay. Seems like an octet violation over here because I got a little carried away drawing my bonds. There you go. That's better. And now you just follow the instructions. We need hydroxyl groups that are, they're OH groups, pointing down on carbons 2, 3, and 5. 3, which bond is down, black or green? Green gets an OH. Carbon 5, same story. That's the only down bond there. Up on carbon 4, that's this one, isn't it? So let's just finish this molecule. Isopropyl group pointing up on carbon 6, that's this one right here. That's the only up position, isn't it? And a butyl group pointing down on carbon 2. 2, 3, 4. If you leave it like this, it's worth 4 points. I'm going to give you 3.5. Because the molecule you drew has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 methyl groups as well, doesn't it? So whatever you didn't put a group on, you better put an H on. There you go. Done. So let's go ring around the rosy. Carbon 1 is done because it's not a carbon, it's an oxygen. 2, up is H, down is 1, 2, 3, 4, butyl. Up is H, down is butyl. Okay. Carbon 3, up is H, down is hydroxyl. Carbon 3, up is H, down is hydroxyl. Carbon 4, up is hydroxyl, down is H. Carbon 5, up is H, down is hydroxyl. Carbon 6, up is isopropyl, down is H. Up stays up, down stays down. Axials become equatorials. There's an axial, and now it's equatorial. Here's an equatorial, and now it is axial, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then we're going to count groups that are axial here. How many groups, things that aren't H? How many things that are not H are axial here? There's this, and that's it. One axial, we have a winner, baby. One axial. On the other one, I think it's going to be 4. We got one axial hydroxyl, second and a third axial hydroxyl, and a fourth axial isopropyl, 4 axial. That's awful. Use words to depict how awful that is. Which chair is more stable? I just circled it because it has greatly, I need the magic words, reduced. Magic words, Y axial is bad. It's got numbers in it. 1, 3 diaxial. And they don't like each other, that's correct. Repulsion. There's only one axial group. Yeah, it's the only one experiencing such negative interaction. Okay, so yeah, that's going to happen again. It won't be something you can prepare for. You just got to read the instructions and follow them. And these are carbohydrates are doing this all the time, so it's important. And stop it.